Hello there, I'm Olivia, and welcome to the UK Games Expo.
Welcome to the 10th UK Games Expo! Anybody not ready?
We are in Birmingham and I am basically covering all of this. It's amazing. There are about 500 different various board games. There are a huge number of publishers and there are so many cards being exchanged. I actually found out about this a little while ago. I hope the sound quality is okay. And this is actually my first vlog for this channel, which is interesting. I think it'll be fun. And there are so many games. It's about a third, maybe a third of like a quarter of a section. There's just endless amounts. So throughout this weekend, I'm going to be playing loads of games. I'm going to do lots of footage to it, and I'm going to be showing you guys what happens at UK Games Expo and what kind of things you can play. I'm trying to do some reviews for games, and maybe see if you can also get a few cheeky copies of these. So I hope you enjoy it. So, just finished playing one game, which was the game of Blame. Yeah, I know, it even uses the fun of it, which I hope they're not infringing too much on copyrights. Actually, quite a little fun little game, a little card-based game. Basically, golf scoring, you need to have as few points as possible. Oops, sorry. And you basically need to make every other minister in the Queen's Court basically suck more than you, and you need to have as few points as possible. Basically, it's all about attributing blame, basically like a medieval crisis system. I thought it was an interesting idea. The game dragged on a little bit too long. Supposed to take around 10 to 20 minutes. I'd say ours took 25-30. I think maybe the pace was a little low. I could see the dudes starting to cut some of the game short a little bit, trying to mill more cards and end the game faster. But it was an interesting idea. I like the concept of it. I'll be putting this over some footage of it so you can have a look. I thought the game was interesting. It was a good art style. They're kickstarting it currently. Various links will be in the description. I think it was an interesting concept. I like the game. I would definitely play it with someone else. I think the problem is that there's an issue of boredom and waiting, because they're based on certain rules. You put cards down, and when you put the cards down, what ends up happening is you can accuse someone else, and if they have more blame than you in comparison to you, because it's difficult to describe when you're saying it so quickly, they have to take up all the cards, and obviously the point is that they're playing certain classes and there's only a certain number of points in each card, and they need to have as low a score possible. So when that happens, the turn switches to the person you accuse. So what ends up happening is that people keep accusing themselves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then essentially, like there was about a 10-minute stretch where me and Olivia weren't doing anything. We weren't actually playing. We were just watching the other two guys because they were accusing each other again and again. They did it. It's not their fault. They did it. They realized what they were doing and they immediately swapped back, which is fine. But I can definitely see that as being a slight issue in gameplay. There may be an issue of downtime. I think with some drinks it could be good. I feel like a lot of my game reviews are going to be based around, can you play it while drinking? And the answer is usually yes. This place in general is just filled with so many different games. I'm going to try out some resource management games now. Worker management games now, and see what I can find. So I just went to Wotan Games. This is the giant bus of Wotan Games. For some reason they have a giant bus. Pretty actually quite cool, it's eye-grabbing. And they were showing a variety of games. I'm going to come back tomorrow and try the rest, but I played War of the Nine Realms, and I would say so far it's actually my favourite game of them all. It's a kind of a small strategic skirmisher game where there's a little kind of, you know, Asgard and like Vikings, kind of all Norse mythology. It's pretty awesome. I want a mug because I beat Olivia. How's it feel? Does it feel good?
No. I lose at everything.
Oh, it's alright, it's alright.
I'm bad at games.
Oh, you're fine. And I thought it was really good. It was about an hour long. I thought the strategic elements were really good. One thing I really liked about it was the fact that you could flip. There was actually each unit set, there's like 4 unit sets, and you can actually flip them and they gain elite abilities. But they are balanced because if you flip them and use the elite abilities, you then lose certain amount of attack and defense values. Meaning you gain cool abilities, but you lose actual raw damage. So someone playing the normal set can play against someone using the elite set. It's just a different style of play. Which means theoretically, since there's 4 players and there's all those instances, you're actually going to have a huge amount of variation in terms of strategy and depth, as well as the fact you can play multiple unit sets over multiple iterations of playing the game. I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought, so far, my favourite of the games. Olivia, thoughts?
Yeah, it was very fun. I mean, I lost, but it was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was really deep. There was a lot of strategy. There was a lot of the use of support, use of attack. Interestingly enough, next to us, they were actually securing the deal of the manufacturer, because the game is being kickstarted end of this weekend actually, and the manufacturer was actually there to arguing and talking about like the price of the cars, like can you put it down to 54 cars instead of 58 so that we can print it on one sheet to save money. Oh, they just turned the lights off to kick us out. This is the end of Friday, so we're being kicked out, so we're gonna go eat and then fall asleep because I've been up since like 5, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow and probably some more Wartime games and play a crap ton more. And if I can convince Olivia to play Game of Thrones board game, I will do so.
I'm not going to waste 6 hours of my weekend.
So see you later. Another interesting game called Statecraft, and it was pretty fun. It was very interesting. It was a political game where you need to basically accumulate supporters and be the best political party or leader. I thought it was a really interesting idea. I had to play with 2 really loud people who also wanted to try it, which made it a bit more difficult to write notes and think about it, because the guys were like shouting in my ear the entire time. But it was a good game. I thought it was a really enjoyable experience. It's quite strategic. I think it has a few flaws, and that's really why I wanted to talk to about it, because its flaws are weird. You can steal supporters from anyone else at a cost of 2 cards. You can discard cards so as to purchase things. But you can only use 1 card if they no longer match the criteria, because you have like socialism, capitalism, various things you need to match and level out, and then supporters if they match those statistics. But the problem is there's a card, so you can discard 2 cards to steal 1 from anyone, but there's a card that allows you to get 3 more cards, and you can play that any time. So you, on the last round of the game, you can have 6 cards. You can just take 3, and those are like the score. So you can just take 3 points. When there's only 6 in the game, it basically just means whoever gets this card wins the game. It's kind of similar to brewery card game, and anyone's ever played that, where there's a night shift cards, and essentially if you get those cards you win, so why even have them? Because it just means that strategy is destroyed. Another weird thing is that there's supporters for like classifications of people, and that was interesting, like the chronically unemployed, single mothers. That's really cool, but the stats that they have were completely randomized. You have socialist, capitalist, anarchist, and that was the other one, anarchist, the controlling one, yeah, but they're completely randomized, and I was like, why did you randomize it? And they said to avoid offending me. So chronically unemployed, they like capitalism. The chronically unemployed would make sense that they like socialism. They like really high socialism because they're chronically unemployed. Just balance it correctly and use the right numbers. Why be afraid of offending me? What crap is that? This is a game. It's an independent board game. I mean, they're funding a Kickstarter, for Christ's sake. I thought that was really strange. It was a really odd decision. I'd say if those 2 things were different, I think it'd be a really interesting game. But if they just maybe change it so you can actually stereotype, it's stereotyping, it's accurate representation, and if they just remove the win all card, it'd be a really good experience. I thought it was tactical, I thought it was strategic. It's just a little bit of a weird experience having those 2 strange things. So we're going to keep going around for the rest of the show and look at some more games, and there are so many, and I still have played like 5 games, and it's already nearing the end of Saturday. It's really depressing, there's just too many. There's like 4,000 people here, it is intense. So it is about 11:30 now on the Saturday night, which is the very last night, and, well, the last night of the event is still tomorrow day, and we are here in the Hilton, show you guys the Hilton like board game room, where basically there's about 1,000 people here all playing games. There's about 6 other rooms like this and smaller. Hello. We're pretty tired. We played so many board games the last weekend. And we are here playing games that you can borrow from the library. We played Pandemic, which I've never actually played before. Really good game, very enjoyable, but I'm not going to review that because it's a classic game. It's like reviewing Catan. What's the point? And it was a classic Pandemic as well. And we also played, what's the first game we played? Oh, we also played 2-player Catan, which again is from 1996. Mostly because we just wanted to try it out and see what it'd be like to play that. Which was really good, actually. Probably going to buy that as well, but again, I'm not going to review it because, it's about 2 decades old. We are now playing, however, excuse me, we're also drinking several beers, so judge me. We are now playing Burger Bar. Burger Boss, even, which we played and talked about earlier in the event, and we bought it, actually. I actually bought the game, which was honestly because it's so good. It's really enjoyable. It comes in this really convenient little case with all the little pieces, and then they kind of smush together into a burger. And it's really good. Me and Olivia, we just played a 2-player game round of it. Olivia looks really energetic and excited. And honestly, I would say, because that's going to be really fun to edit, considering I just canceled it for the 3rd time by accident. So I would definitely say that Burger Boss is my top pick for the UK Games Expo. I mean, the game is already released. It's not Kickstarter or anything, you know, they can purchase it. I mean, I bought it here. I would say this is probably my top pick for the event. War of the Nine Realms, I think, being a close second. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the skirmishing format of it. I mostly like how this is so conveniently packaged. It's converted, like, once it's all together, I'll show it in a little bit. It's all like a burger. You just carry it with you. You can put that in a hand luggage and take it on a plane with you if you want. But actually, I don't think you can play this on a plane. But it's convenient travel size. It's a fun game. You can play it 2 to 4 players. Oh, it actually says 3 to 5 players. I mean, we're playing it with...
You said that you could play it with 2.
Yeah, we're playing it with 2, and honestly, I thought it was fine. I thought it was great. I think you can perfectly well play this with 2 players. Genuinely my top pick, so thanks a lot, guys. Also, coincidentally enough, they actually live and work where I live. Through pure coincidence. I'm in Birmingham. We've got to travel like 80 miles to get here. And yeah, we're at the same place, basically. So, yeah, it's been a really good event, and we still have tomorrow to go through, but I'd say this is definitely my top pick.
So that was my UK Games Expo experience. I played a huge number of games. I thought the event was great, and it was just wonderful to play with so many games and so many different people. It felt like a really personable experience in comparison to maybe PAX, and I just, you know, only wish I didn't have to get up at 5 AM to get here because it's in bloody Birmingham. I had a really wonderful time, so thank you to the UK Games Expo for press tickets, and my article when I cover this will be up shortly, and it's my top 5 picks, kind of reviewing the games I played this weekend, and links will be in the description for each of the games played that I have played in the video, as well as links to their Kickstarters where applicable. So, I was Aldra Hill, and I will continue to be, and this has been the UK Games Expo. Bye-bye.